Hey friends, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to recap from 2024 titled Amber Alert. Before we get to the storyline, I'd like to wish everyone a happy and great day. Without further ado, let's get straight to the storyline. The movie opens with a dark sedan moving slowly through the city streets. Inside, the driver carefully scans playgrounds and sidewalks, watching children who seem momentarily unattended. When the car slows near a little girl, the man inside appears ready to make a move, but the sudden presence of her mother nearby forces him to drive away. Elsewhere, a woman named Jock finishes her shift and gets a notification that her cab has arrived. She hurries outside only to watch it pull away without her. Frustrated and eager to get home, she approaches another driver, Shane, who insists he's done for the day. Only after Jack offers him a generous tip does he reluctantly agree to give her a ride. Meanwhile, at a neighborhood playground, Monica spends a quiet afternoon with her 3 children. Her 2 oldest, Charlotte and Henry, are busy playing hide-and-seek, while Monica focuses on her youngest son. Nearby, her mother-in-law records a short video of the sweet family moment. As Charlotte stands alone, counting for the game, a familiar black car slowly pulls up beside her. The driver opens the passenger door, revealing a large doll, and uses it to gently earn the child's trust. Distracted by the video on her phone, Monica looks up just in time to see Charlotte climbing into the unfamiliar car just as it speeds away. Horrified, Monica screams Charlotte's name, but the car is already gone. She immediately calls 911 and is connected to an operator named Cece. The call quickly escalated to Police Chief Phil, who begins asking rapid questions, focusing on one crucial detail: the license plate. Monica doesn't have it. All she can offer is a vague description, a black Toyota Camry. Phil explains that without clearer information, issuing an Amber Alert could overwhelm the system with false leads. Refusing to accept that, Monica rushes to the emergency call center. There she shows Phil a still image pulled from the video capturing Charlotte just moments before she vanished, along with a photo of her daughter. Faced with the evidence and Monica's desperation, Phil finally agrees. He authorizes the Amber Alert and instructs Cece to track every incoming lead related to the case. Meanwhile, Shane receives an annoyed call from his ex-wife Shannon. Upset that he still hasn't made it home for their son Jake's birthday, Shane assures her he's on his way and hangs up. He then explains to Jack that it's Jake's FTH birthday and he's trying to get home as fast as he can. Just then, both of their phones light up with an Amber Alert. The news of a possible child abduction gives Shane pause. No matter how messy his own life feels, he realizes someone else is facing something far worse. Meanwhile, Monica's phone won't stop ringing as friends and family desperately try to reach her. At the 911 call center, Cece is overwhelmed, fielding countless reports of black Toyota Camry. There are simply too many identical cars moving through the city. Out on the road, Jack spots a vehicle that looks like the one mentioned in the alert. She doesn't hesitate and calls 911, giving its location and license plate. Cece acknowledges the information, but with calls stacking up, she's forced to end the call quickly and move on. As they sit at a red light, Shane attempts to break the tension with a joke, suggesting they could just pull up and ask the driver. Still, he edges the car closer. At that moment, an Amber Alert flashes across an electronic road sign overhead, and the black Camry suddenly accelerates, running at the red light. The move immediately sets off alarms for Jack, and she urges Shane to follow. Shane agrees, and they trail the car until it finally turns into a gas station, where a man steps out. Keeping her distance, Jack freezes when she thinks she spots a pistol tucked into the man's back. Panic sets in, and she urges Shane to leave immediately. His family is waiting for him. Jack then decides to check the car on her own. Before driving off, Shane gives her his number and asks her to call if anything happens. Speaking to him on the phone, Jack admits she could never live with herself if she ignored the chance to save a child. She notices the car window isn't fully closed and carefully leans in to look inside. A young girl is slumped across the seat, completely motionless. Through the narrow gap, Jack can see a white shoe and pink socks. Her heart sinks. She reaches for the door handle, but it won't budge. At that moment, Shane suddenly comes back and quickly tells her to hide. The man is returning from the store. Meanwhile, at the 911 call center, Cece receives a disturbing tip from a caller who claims he heard a young girl screaming inside a black Toyota. The man even provides a license plate number, catching dispatch by surprise. The police hadn't expected such a specific lead so soon, and the sudden development only adds to the growing tension. Back with Jack, she carefully slips one of her wireless earbuds through the small gap in the suspect's window, hoping to pick up any sound from inside the car. She then quickly returns to Shane's vehicle, and they continue following the black Camry at a safe distance. At the same time, police officers begin coordinating a response, preparing to intercept another vehicle that matches a reported license plate tied to the case. As they drive, Jack hears the man talking on the phone through her earbud. She listens closely and hurriedly writes down a number he says out loud. It soon becomes clear he's speaking to a pharmacy in Tennessee, likely giving his name and phone number for a prescription. Noticing how focused she is, Shane asks what's driving her to chase someone she doesn't even know. He then adds that if a child really is in danger, her parents are lucky. Jack trusted her instincts instead of walking away. Eventually, the black car pulls over beside a quiet, isolated, empty green field along the road. Jack and Shane stop nearby as well, pretending their car had broken down. The driver steps out of his car to smoke and casually walks over, offering help. Jack and Shane politely decline, saying they're on their way to Franklin for a casino trip. The explanation doesn't seem to convince him. Introducing himself as Aaron, the man calmly admits he knows they were following him because of the Amber Alert. He insists there's been a misunderstanding. The girl in his car, he says, is his 7-year-old daughter, Olympia. Aaron explains that she's sick and that he's driving to Tennessee to see his aunt, a spiritual healer, because he can't afford proper medical treatment. To prove he's telling the truth, Aaron even offers to wake Olympia so they can speak with her. Shane immediately refuses, not wanting the situation to escalate any further. Still uneasy, Jack asks if she can at least see the girl before they leave. As she carefully moves toward the car, Aaron reaches behind his back, as if about to grab something. But before anything happens, an updated Amber Alert suddenly comes through. The new alert lists a different license plate, revealing that the earlier report was incorrect. Realizing Aaron's car doesn't match the updated information, Jack apologizes and tells him there's no need to wake his daughter. As Aaron's car pulls away, Jack catches a brief glimpse through the rear window. In that split second, she sees a young girl sitting upright in the back seat, awake. Any sense of relief disappears instantly. Jack calls 911 again and urgently warns Cece that Aaron is deliberately misleading the police by using a decoy vehicle. She insists that if a man named Aaron has been providing information about the suspect car, he's feeding them false details. Jack describes what she saw. The girl wears white shoes and pink socks, details that perfectly match the missing child. The specificity gives Cece pause. Slowly, she begins to believe her. Certain something is very wrong. Jack demands that Shane turn the car around and follow Aaron. Shane doesn't argue. He turns back and they speed up after him. Cece immediately relays the update to Chief Phil, who warns Jack and Shane that continuing the chase could put both them and Charlotte at serious risk. He orders them to disengage. Furious and convinced they're right, Jack cuts the call. After driving for some time, they finally spot the black Camry again. Jack immediately dials the phone number Aaron mentioned earlier and confronts him head-on. She tells him the police have already identified him as their main suspect. Then she makes an offer. If he leaves Charlotte somewhere safe, they'll come to get her, and he can drive away. No chase, no confrontation. Aaron refuses. Instead, he floors the accelerator and coldly warns that if they keep following him, he'll kill Charlotte. Jack doesn't lose her composure. She tells him that if he harms the girl, they won't stop for her body. They'll keep chasing him until there's nowhere left to run. Either Charlotte is saved, or Aaron ends the night in handcuffs. There's no other outcome. Suddenly, something is thrown from Aaron's car. Shane slams on the brakes, his heart pounding. When they approach what's lying on the road, the truth hits hard. It's a life-size doll dressed in Charlotte's clothes. By the time they realize what it means, Aaron is already gone. As night settles in, Shane's phone rings. It's his ex-wife, furious that he's missed their son's birthday completely. Shane asks to speak to Jake and promises him he can stay up as late as he wants tonight because Dad will be home soon. At the same time, police track Aaron's vehicle and confirm it's racing toward Tennessee, only minutes away from the highway Jack and Shane are traveling on. Monica pushes the police to reach out to Jack and Shane, urging them to follow Aaron, but Phil refuses. He won't risk putting ordinary people in danger. Knowing it will take him at least 30 minutes to get there, he prepares to head out alone. Meanwhile, Monica, driven by determination, quickly snaps a photo of Jack's contact information before excusing herself to the bathroom. Back in the car, Jack apologizes to Shane for making him miss Jake's birthday. Shane waves it off, taking the blame himself. He admits he thought the extra tip from Jack would cover the money he'd spent on Jake's video games for his birthday. But now he realizes what Jake really wanted was his father's time, not the gifts. In return, Jack opens up about her own heartbreak, a stillborn baby boy lost just a week before her due date. She describes the pain of enduring labor for a child who was already gone, and the crushing blow of receiving both a birth certificate and a death certificate in one devastating moment. The conversation turns into reflective, and Jack wonders aloud if they would pursue Aaron again if given the chance. Shane doesn't hesitate. He says he'd follow her anywhere to help. Then, without warning, Monica's call comes through on Jack's phone. She introduces herself as Charlotte's mother and thanks Jack for everything she's doing. Before hanging up, She shares critical information, the exact location where Aaron is headed with Charlotte. Following the address, Jack and Shane race down the empty, shadowy roads until they reach a secluded, run-down property far from the main street. Using the earbud, Jack slipped into Aaron's car. They hear him angrily dragging Charlotte into a locked room. Thinking on his feet, Shane calls Aaron, pretending to be a pharmacist, and tells him a prescription is ready. Distracted, Aaron says he'll be there in 10 minutes. The moment he drives off, they force their way into the house, breaking down the door. At the entrance, dozens of children's shoes are scattered across the floor, evidence that Aaron has brought other kids here before. Inside, the house is a chaotic mix of toys and dolls, giving it a haunting, unsettling feel. They split up to search. Shane checks the room with a bathtub but finds it empty. Upstairs, Jack opens a bedroom door and spots a photo album belonging to a girl named Olympia. First, the pictures are joyful, smiling faces, playful moments, but as she flips through, the images darken, ending with photos of Olympia lying completely still on a bed. Jack realizes there are more albums, each with different names of the kids, all telling a similarly horrifying story. Meanwhile, Shane finds a pistol and arms himself, stealing whatever might be waiting for. The two meet again and move into another room filled with stacked mattresses. As they search, Shane notices a hidden door tucked behind one of them. They open it and follow the passage down to the basement, where several cages line the walls. Then, Jack hears the faint sound of a little girl crying. Following the sound, she finds Charlotte trapped inside one of the cages. She reassures her that they've come to save her, but the girl is clearly shaken, her fear still lingering from everything she's endured. Jack tells Shane to find something to break the lock. As he searches, he notices a pair of earbuds sitting on a shelf, deliberately placed. Jack then spots Charlotte clutching a small piece of paper. When she gently asks to see it, the truth hits them hard. It's a pharmacy receipt, proof that Aaron had already been there. He knew they were coming, and he'd been waiting. Suddenly, a loud bang echoes through the house. Aaron is back. Jack and Shane quickly break the locker, and the trio rushes for the exit, but a massive dog blocks their path, barking furiously and giving away their position. Shane shouts for Jack to take Charlotte and run. He stays behind, holding the door as Aaron tries to force his way in. Gunfire erupts. Aaron circles around, catching Shane from the side and wounding him. Meanwhile, Jack carries Charlotte upstairs, only to stumble into the very room Aaron had prepared for her. Aaron appears moments later, firing twice. Jack throws herself in front of Charlotte, taking the hits to protect her. Just as Aaron raises his gun for the final shot, Phil bursts in. He takes Aaron down, ending the nightmare. Shane makes it to the scene, alive but injured. Paramedics arrived shortly after, stabilizing Jack and Shane. Charlotte is finally reunited with her mother. Jack watches quietly, relieved, washing over her as the two embrace. And with that, friends, this story comes to an end. Tell us in the comments how you like the explanation. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.